People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. This was a quote sent to me by a regional sales manager colleague years ago after our on the job learning day with his medical representative. I can remember how thankful they were to be visited that day in their territory, be given time to present their business, and be heard. This was one of the moments which inspired me to further increase my knowledge and belief in coaching and on the job learning. Knowledge were gained from experience working with leadership teams who influence, coaches and coachees in both office and field settings, training certifications, and in training sessions I have conducted with my previous employers for the past few years. My presentation today will talk about the contributions of coaching in the workplace and ideas about building a coaching culture in the organization. A coach refers to a vehicle which transports passengers from point A to point B. The definition of coaching is aligned to how a coach functions as coaching refers to an ongoing conversation that helps people get from where they are now to where they want to go. More organizations have embraced coaching as a performance management solution over the years, but not all companies are successful to create a consistent coaching environment wherein regular, timely, and constructive discussions take place. An article of Harvard Business Review published in 2018 stated that managers face too many demands for work, too much time pressure, and working with subordinates to help develop skills slip at the bottom of their to do list. The items in the slide were identified as challenges which hinders coaching and based on research impacts the average time spent by a manager for coaching or feedback discussions with their teams, which is less than 10% of their total working time. So, aside from the financial resources a company should allocate to it, the question may be whether coaching is worth the time and energy investment. Let's go through a few of the many contributions of coaching in an organization. In an ideal organization, each department is dependent to each other to function and deliver. There's a certain intersection which that integrates each team to a common objective, which is to contribute to the total or the overall business of the company. The same concept applies to the contributions of coaching as each are interdependent and connected. You will notice that the three elements in the slide blend at the center. This represents the overall purpose of coaching, which is to make a difference to the life of an employee. Its purpose is focused on long term goals, supported by the key benefits of driving results, improved ways of working, and enhanced motivation and engagement among employees. Let's walk through each item. First is driving results. By the phrase itself, this is performance based. The purpose is to maintain or improve performance for those who are on track and redirect performance weaknesses. A research done by the International Personal Management Association or IPMA published in 2001 showed that training alone increased productivity by 22.4%, while training plus coaching increased productivity by 88%. The second contribution of coaching is improvement of ways of working. This is connected to building capabilities for employee development as people are given a chance to analyze situations and create their own solutions and action steps, therefore provided with real opportunities to improve and grow. These opportunities will challenge them and coaching will be their guide to success. Accountability and ownership increases as everyone keeps track of their own progress. The third benefit is that there's high motivation and engagement. Employees feel valuable and they give more value to work. Employees are staying longer. They tend to stay longer in the company because they're highly motivated and engaged, therefore improves employee retention. What's in it for the company and the managers? You have a pumped up and performing team, increase in ownership and accountability among team members, and as a manager, you need not solve issues on your own. improve relationship with team and peers, and because of good relationship, task delegations and project assignments will be easier to deploy. It may not be complicated to get started, but the challenge is to keep it going. Building a culture of coaching can help you manage the challenge of making it as consistent as it is defined, ongoing. You have to establish it as a part of the organization's DNA all year round to ensure that execution and implementation gets done. So, how do you make it a way of life in the organization? First is to build the competency. Get the endorsement of the top levels, the CEO, the leadership team. Invest on training to equip your managers to become effective coaches. And if you can get an internal subject matter expert who can monitor and follow through, it's much better. Second is to build a simple and guided process of coaching. Establish an easy to execute process. Have a standardized coaching structure supported by tools such as coaching forms with discussion guide questions for managers to follow. Build consistency and make it visible to the organization. Monitor the progress of coaching. Let the organization know you're doing it. Acknowledge and recognize managers who do the coaching. Create recognition programs. Coaching is indeed a good investment for an organization as it supports training as follow through program. In the 70-20-10 learning and development model created in the 1980s by the Center for Creative Leadership, only 10% of learning comes from formal training. 70% of learning is gained from on the job related experiences, and significantly 20% of learning comes from interactive or social learning, such as coaching, collaborative learning, mentoring, and connecting. This 20% bridges the gap from the classroom to actual application, which coaching can definitely contribute on. Your organization can successfully bridge this gap by maximizing and optimizing the presence of your managers as coaches who invest their time and energy to bring in and replicate their core competencies to create an entire team of individuals who perform at high levels. This is called the multiplier effect. And as a final note, it is in social learning that coaches can leave the feeling that employees will never forget, which can impact their overall perspective of the organization, their work, and most of all, their capabilities. So that is what coaching can bring, and thank you for this opportunity that was given to me to share about coaching. Thank you very much.